Hi, ladies. How are you? This is Love, also known as the Self Love Guru, and I'm your confidence coach. And today we're talking about dating and securing the bag. So, first of all, I am the first to let you all know that my family definitely told me to prioritize school and making sure that I was like focused on my future and things of that nature before I actually got like super serious in a relationship. This is not all my family members, but definitely most of the men in my family. They were like, you don't need to be around no guys. You need to just focus, right? However, my mother never told me that. She never told me that I couldn't date. She never told me not to explore my options. She never said any of that. And my mom was very adamant about like marriage and family and, how she felt needing that support and things of that nature in her dating life and did not really get that, but managed to still get married. And so she just had really good insight on how to connect with a man and work well with him. Very submissive, sometimes submissive to a fault. That's just her generation. However, it taught me a lot. And so I took the good and extracted that. And I also learned some lessons from it so that I could still allow a man to lead and follow him, but I'm not like following him blindly and not having a life of my own, right? So I'm thankful for that. So these 5 tips that I'm going to give you are things that I actually did when I was in college that kept me dating. And believe it or not, the man that I'm married to now, I actually met him when I was in college, like undergrad. So these are things that work. All right. So, number one, you got to look good. That's just the bottom line. Just look good. I always, even when I worked at Mickey D's, I worked at McDonald's when I was in college. I was 19. And I actually got promoted in my first month. I thought I was the shit. Okay. I was a crew trainer. All right. I got a new shirt because everybody else's shirts were blue. Mine was red. And I had haters. But I still kept my hair done. I got my nails painted every now and then, even though we weren't supposed to. I always had my uniform neat. I wore like light perfume because obviously I work around food, even though I'm not actually making the food, but I work around it. So I didn't overdo it with the smell goods. I always remember like wearing black socks because I wore black pants and black shoes. So I always wore black socks. I made sure that they matched everything below the belt. I wore a black belt to work. My shirt was always ironed. I will never forget this. A girl came to work one day and her shirt was wrinkled and it wasn't tucked in, and she just looked a hot ass mess. Lord bless her soul. And my manager pulled me to the side and she said, "You see how Love is dressed? Her shirt is ironed, it's tucked in." She's just pointing at my outfit and showing her like all these attributes about me that look good. And the girl was looking like, bitch, I don't want to look at. But I was like, oh my God. I know she was so embarrassed, but I was looking good. So to be held as an example, like I was doing something, y'all. I'm not joking. All right. So look good. Just do that. Number two is flirt. Like if you don't know how to do it, you need to go practice. I am a professional flirter, period. I just know how to flirt in all settings. I flirt at work. I used to flirt sometimes with the customers. They'd be like, "Oh, what time you get off? I'm gonna come up here and do." I'm like, "Oh my God." You know, so the first white man that has ever approached me was when I was working there. He worked at NC State. I'll never forget it. And NC State is a college in Raleigh, by the way. So he worked at NC State and he really wanted to take me out to dinner. And so we went, and he was telling me how he preferred to date black women and all these things. I'm not really into white men, but that was my first time like really interracial dating. And I was like, not them. I'll try, like, maybe some Puerto Ricans or some Mexican men, or, something. I was open. Like, I kept my options open. But I say all that to say, if I never had a flirting bone in my body, I probably would have been weirded out by that. And I wouldn't have had as many experiences as I did, because I enjoyed my dating life, not sex. Did not say sex. I enjoyed my dating life. And that is what kept me so sharp and smart through all these years. Because now people can't tell me. I charge people to teach them how to date and how to be in relationships and how to get married. And then once they're married, how to stay married. I made a career out of it. Experience plus education, put a price tag on it. You can put yourself in some good positions, sis. So just be mindful. But flirt. Next, separate business and pleasure. So this is something that I was not always the best at, but I'm telling you this now because I made some mistakes, all right? Separate them. Don't allow your supervisor, elder, professor to get all in the mix. Oh yeah, that classmate, he's cute. Y'all should no. No, 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 no. If y'all go to the same classes, you frequent the same spots in terms of like work and business, keep it separate. I'm sorry. Like, some people meet at work and things work out fine, but you might do that and then it doesn't work out fine, and then what? Like, people get messy and these dudes can get weird. Y'all don't do it. Just separate business and pleasure. If you work somewhere, like, the old heads say, do not shit where you eat. All right. The poop and the good food got to be in two separate places. So where you eating at, where you making your money, getting your money, don't shit where you eat. Make sure you keep those two separate, period. Always separate business and pleasure. I don't care what people tell you. Don't listen to them. They're liars. The next thing is you have to go out. So even though you're busy, college students, do not get any sleep. If you're in college right now, I love you so much. I empathize with you. I sympathize with you. All of that good stuff. I remember what it was like. I didn't get any sleep. I was like drinking coffee. I drank so much coffee at some point, like I really had to wean myself off of it and have my body operate without caffeine, because I'm like, damn, I don't want to be dependent on this to keep myself afloat every day. It got to the point where, okay, I have my morning cup of coffee around 8, 9 a.m. And then I have to have my afternoon cup of coffee around 2:30, 3 o'clock to push myself through the rest of the day. And then I'm going to be up at night studying and doing whatever. Like, it was a lot. Plus, I had a campus job. I was babysitting. I was doing the absolute most. Still made time to date. And then throughout that experience, I learned, okay, I have to take better care of myself. That's when I learned really about self-care and taking naps and prioritizing myself as a woman and as a human before I prioritize these other tasks. Yes, I can be involved in extracurricular activities. Yes, I can be an excellent student and get good grades, but I can also take a nap when I need it so that I'm not crashing. And that taught me time management as well, because I genuinely think time management is a part of self-care. Alrighty. So got to make time to go out. Got to meet the men. I went to clubs. Now, I'm not going to lie. Freshman year, I really didn't do much of anything. I was like too afraid of flunking out. I really wanted to just get good grades, keep my head down, stay out the way. Sophomore year, I was out there. I was on every scene. You invited me to a party. I'm coming. I'm out, with the upperclassmen at the apartments, going to their parties. I'm going to the club. I'm going out to eat. Like, I just enjoyed myself. And I went on a lot of dates with the locals, because those older men out there, they love college girls, y'all. So I lived it up. Don't play with that girl. I went out. I had a good ass time. All right. So go out, meet the men, give out your number, stop being scary, don't be weird. If you don't like somebody, block them. It is what it is. Like, keep it pushing, but go out. And the last thing is to work out. Have a workout regimen. Get fine. Like, if you, especially if you don't like the way your body looks. Now, if you do, to each his own, don't shoot the messenger. But working out not only gives you the body that you want, but it also helps you release those endorphins, those feel good hormones that prevent you from being stressed. And so if you're, an ambitious woman, you need that. Like, you need to be able to blow off that steam. You need to be able to balance out that all that masculine energy that you have to exert in like a corporate setting. You got to be able to balance that out and be able to release some of that. So run, do some dance fitness. I did Zumba for a very long time. It was wonderful. I love dance fitness. Mixed fit is a type of dance fitness, but do whatever works for you. If you are a woman that likes to hit the weights, do some weight training. Like, get your muscles up. I loved, like, that's one thing I cannot wait for about this pregnancy. Like, I love, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed my pregnancy. I have been in it to win it, learning as much as I can, hiring all these people to teach me things. I have a doula. I'm just doing everything that I possibly can to have a healthy baby and a healthy birth. But I'm ready to get back my body. Like, I want that back. I cannot wait to go back to the gym. I am looking forward to it, right? Do what you can for your body. Like, the fact that I looked so good and I wore dresses and I worked out, like, I have something to aspire to. There are a lot of women nowadays who are young. I'm talking about like early 20s, teens that are just letting their bodies go all to hell, trying to eat whatever they want. Like, save that shit for when you're older and your metabolism slows and you have to look that way to a certain extent. Don't do that right now. Like, take care of your body. And I'm not saying this to body shame anybody. You're never going to be as young or as beautiful as you are right now. Take care of yourself. Like, be a bad bitch if that's what you want to do. All right. Because that's what I wanted for myself. And when I snap back, I'm going to get right back to it, period. All right. Anywho, those are my tips. Look good, flirt, separate business and pleasure, go out to meet men, and then work out. Be fine. I'm telling you, it matters. And do you know how sexy that shit is when you tell somebody, like, oh, yeah, I can't go out. No, I have to work out. And then guys are like, oh, I can come work out with you. I can come do this with you. Like, no, no, you can't. But I'm free tomorrow because I like to keep my workout time separate too. Like, don't work out with guys. That's not a date. All right, love you. I hope this video helped. If it did, let me know in the comments. Leave a red heart, and that will just signify that you feel me and that we're on the same page. And if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. All right, bye.